Honestly, it just took my breath away when I read it this morning. Here goes, people. Our MPs are going to get an inflation-busting pay rise. They're currently paid around £86,000 a year. It's going to go up to over £91,000 a year.
So let's quickly do the maths. That's around £5,000, but who decided this pay rise for the MPs?
Is not determined by MPs. It is determined by an independent pay body, which will consider its own findings in January and may or may not award this pay rise.
Oh, right. So it all comes as a bit of a shock considering when, for example, the nurses had to take strike action to achieve the same 5.5% pay rise that the MPs have just been handed with no protest or hassle.
For the next 26 hours, nurses across England will be on strike, bringing significant disruption to the health service.
Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Steve Barclay's got to go!
A raise that they had to fight for because of the pathetic pay rises in the past. In fact, it's reckoned nurses would need a pay raise of about 45% just to be earning the equivalent of what they earned in 2010. Meaning in some ways that they're earning considerably less. It's almost the same as working a day for free.
It's still the case there will be significant disruption to patients, and I think that is disrespectful to the other trade unions that are part of the NHS Staff Council, who will be meeting on Tuesday in order to vote on the fair and reasonable settlement that we agreed with them some weeks ago.
And that's despite public support for the nurses and their strikes holding up pretty well at about 60%, and all of those people actually blaming the government for any disruption that comes about.
So out of the two, I reckon the public would prefer nurses to get a bigger pay rise than this guy.
Well, let me start here. How do you do, ma'am? I'm Rishi.
Yeah.
And have you had some family come visit you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Which is good.
And they've looked after you really nicely?
Yeah, they always do.
Yeah.
It's a pity you don't pay them more.
Well, we are trying. We are trying.
No, you're not trying. You need to try harder.
Yes, you do, Rishi. Of course, there's always someone who flies against public opinion, like Spectator, Daily Mail and Tory Graph columnist Samantha Smith.
I think that MPs should have been paid a great deal more than they have been for the past 100 or so years. I think that MPs, we're not ready as a country to have that conversation, but MPs should be paid in line with the enormity of the job that they're doing.
Click here for a video called Happy Doomsday, Holly.